They've come from all over.
We're football players.
Moms.
Cops from Massachusetts.
NYC.
Kansas.
To the edge of the earth.
We're in the Sahara, yo.
Starting Thursday, June 23rd, 13 teams will attempt the impossible.
Guys, I'm not looking down.
From Mark Burnett, executive producer of Survivor,
It'd be humiliating to lose to a blind guy.
comes the most epic competition ever.
This is crazy.
ABC's Expedition Impossible premieres Thursday, June 23rd on ABC.
Welcome to the Kingdom of Morocco and the Sahara Desert. These are the brave Berber warriors. They have protected this land throughout history. And it's with their blessing that we're able to enter their land and embark on the greatest adventure of your lives.
Yeah.
They have a saying, choose your companions before choosing the road. So I want you guys to take a second and look at each other. Look at your teammates and ask yourself, have you chosen wisely? Because if one of you quits, your entire team is out. The rules are simple. The expedition's been broken into 10 stages. Each stage has a series of checkpoints. The last team to check in at the end of each stage will be eliminated. But for the team that sticks together and crosses the finish line first, hundreds of miles from here, will win $150,000 and 3 brand new Ford Explorers. In order to claim that prize, you'll cross the desert. You'll climb snow-capped mountains. You will paddle raging rivers. It will truly be an adventure like no other. The gateway to your expedition is on the sand dune behind me. And just so we're clear, that flag on those sand dunes. You'll pass through the flags and look to the west. From there, you'll see your first checkpoint, the Camel Outpost, where you'll receive instructions on where to go next. When the horsemen fire their weapons, your expedition has begun. Remember, be strong, work together, and never give up.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm gonna name my camel Humpy.
When you have gathered one full jug of water, you may head to the next checkpoint.
The middle struggles to keep up. Fishermen, the cops, Team Kansas, New York firemen, and California girls. What goes up must come down. Teams will now strap in and rappel more than 300 feet down the face of the Todra Gorge, one of the highest rappels in northern Africa. Once the entire team has reached the ground, they must follow the dry riverbed to the next checkpoint at the center of Snake Valley. After arriving at Snake Valley, the teams will experience a traditional Moroccan snake charmer routine. They must carefully count the number of snakes revealed. Once they have what they believe to be the correct number of snakes, teams will choose a box with the exact number written on the outside.
11, go at 11.
Now that they've made their choice, teams that are correct will trek 5 grueling miles over rocky terrain to the finish line. If teams have chosen incorrectly, they'll be sent 30 minutes off course until they reach a wrong way sign. A mistake that could cost them the race. Come on, guys. California girls, the cops, and Mom's Army check in.
Seeing the Latina girls fly away in a helicopter.
All right, guys, welcome to stage 2. The last team that crosses the finish line will be sent home. This morning, you'll be traveling to the ancient Rabat Kasbah. To get there, you'll travel a half mile on foot until you find a horse outpost with 36 Arabian stallions. You will ride the stallion 7 miles until you reach the Kasbah and your first checkpoint. California girls, cops, Grandpa's Warriors, Mom's Army. Guys, you're in the last wave. Your expedition continues now.
Being the lake, when we saw Latin Persuasion go home, we just don't want to be in that spot.
In the middle of the pack, the New York firemen, cops.
I was a little hesitant because I have never been on a stallion before, but I love horseback riding.
Teams must now search the Kasbah for a bucket to get water from the nearby reservoir. But they must choose carefully because the large buckets are leaky and the small buckets hold more water. Then they will use their buckets to fill an urn, which, when full, will release the next set of instructions.
Next checkpoint are trapped at the bottom of a large urn.
In the courtyard of the Kasbah before you.
See if we can find something up there.
We're not the strongest team. We're not the weakest team. It's anybody's game. It's just how you perform that day.
Just figure out where it's leaking. See it? Put your fingers there. Easy. Being with the SWAT team for 13 years, we're solving crimes. That's our profession. We're used to working under adverse conditions. We're used to working as a team, and I think that's going to help us with solving the problems and puzzles on the expedition. Where's our bucket? This way. Hey, where are you going? What? Jim, where are you going? The bucket's right here. Come on, Danny.
The same color.
Yeah, it is the same color. You're right. But remember where your bucket is.
As the rest of the teams successfully complete the challenge, the teams must now trek down to the Magoon River, where they will inflate kayaks and paddle 4 miles down treacherous rapids until their next checkpoint. As the gypsies recapture the lead, No Limits and the cops are moving swiftly on the river. Teams must now head into the village where they will find a map. They will then search through dozens of lamps to find the one correct lamp that will light the way to the finish line.
That was a blast.
All right, Danny, come on, read it, baby.
Read it up, girl.
The map that leads to the finish is locked somewhere inside the dwelling of the village craftsman.
Having now revealed the location of the finish line, teams must trek approximately 2 miles down a winding canyon in search of the old bridge. The bridge is an indicator they are close to the hidden finish camp, which can be easily missed because it's concealed by tall stone walls.
We leave the Lantern Challenge. We're at the top of the pack. We're feeling really good.
Go up, get a high point, Danny.
Okay.
If we can go up, get a really good high point, we can get a good look around here, maybe.
Yeah, this isn't heavy or anything.
Moving away from the riverbed, the cops trek uphill in hopes of spotting the old bridge.
Come on, Danny, catch up. Come on, Danny. You got to do it. Come on.
We couldn't decide on which route to take to our final destination, and me and Rob had different ideas about where we should be going.
I'm thinking it's up here.
Jim?
What?
There is a path. You want to go low way, or are you thinking you're going to go around the high? High?
I'm going this way.
Okay.
Get over here, Danny. Hurry up, Danny. Come on.
After a long, exhausting day, most teams have found the hidden finish camp. But the cops, New York firemen, and Mom's Army are still lost on the course.
Come on, we gotta go this way now. You gotta stay with me.
Failing to find the bridge, the cops return to the riverbed, wondering if they've gone too far downstream.
We're doing a lot of walking back and forth, and it's frustrating because no idea where we're going.
Welcome to stage 3 of your expedition. This will be the most grueling stage yet. It will be so difficult that it will take 2 days to complete. Later today, I'll check you into a mandatory overnight camp. But first, you'll be reunited with an old friend. Camels.
You know, hey, there's certain things in life that, you know, Eric's not going to do. He's not going to play football. He's not going to drive a car. And he's not going to do some of the challenges here.
We could have gone down that. Would have saved time. 4 teams ahead. You must build a raft out of olive oil barrels and paddle out to the island Casbah. Oh, my God.
Teams already exhausted from their difficult paddle must paddle another mile to shore. Teams will then leave their rafts behind and trek 1 mile to a mandatory overnight camp where they will spend the night before continuing the expedition.
It was too windy last night. I thought the whole tent was going to come down on top of us. It's crazy wind. Banging the tarps back and forth. Really tough to sleep.
You've each been given a scroll. You'll need to head east for 3.5 miles through this brutal wind along the Daddy's River to the Castle Beach checkpoint where the ancient pillars stand. Fishermen, cops, Fab 3. Your expedition continues now.
I can't see really where we're going, so I gotta rely on the GPS. I would have liked to pick a spot in the distance and followed it, but it's too cloudy with the sand.
Ominous looking cloud of dust coming at us. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It was a headwind. It was right in our face. It was choking. It was so thick.
To get their next set of instructions, competitors must figure out that they need to wrap their scroll around a pillar, which will reveal a secret code to a combination lock. There is only one correct way to wrap the scroll and only one correct code.
Looks like we have to wrap it around the
3695 again?
Yep.
Nope.
365, I can clearly see it.
All right, think a different way. The challenges of the equalizer, it could be a huge time sink where you could just nail it.
9365.
Nope.
Come on, Danny.
From here, the teams will run 1 mile to their next checkpoint at the footbridge. The long route will take them 4.1 miles up the Daddy's River. The short route will take them 3.3 miles over mountainous terrain to a canyon entrance, where their routes converge. Teams' endurance will be tested as they travel up the river canyon through rough and freezing water to the finish line.
Along the river, or the short, harder route, over the mountains.
The mountain?
Let's do it.
Competitors have left the 105-degree heat of the Sahara Desert and traveled to the high Atlas Mountains where temperatures are below freezing. Everybody, you guys all ready? Welcome to the high Atlas Mountains and the fourth stage of the expedition. In stage 1, you climbed a massive sand dune. Today, you'll climb a mountain. You've each been given a bracelet. We all take a second and put them on. You're going to need that bracelet at some point through this journey, so please take care of it. To get started, you'll head to the top of the ridge. From there, you'll move along the ridgeline to a 10,000-foot high bluff, where you'll find your first checkpoint. Cops, California girls, Team Kansas, and fishermen. Your expedition continues now. Teams will now unravel their cord bracelets and tie them together to create one long fishing line. They'll attach a grappling hook and use the line to catch cages scattered on the bluff below. Once they pull up a cage that contains a key, they'll use that key to unlock their next set of instructions from the Stone Summit Register. As the Gypsies and No Limits fight it out, the middle of the pack teams begin to arrive.
Good job.
And continue along the treacherous course. Teams must now trek down the steep icy mountain to the Alpine base camp, where they'll spend the night.
Kick my butt.
I think that when you're...
To get started, from camp, head west over the mountains and out of the snow. Follow the dirt road until you find your next checkpoint at the Tingarine Farming Village. Fishermen, Cups, Team Kansas, your expedition continues now.
Today, we're climbing another mountain.
Teams must now select a farming plow. Teams will transport their plow using the local taxi, the mule. They will lead their mule up 2.5 miles of grueling switchbacks to their next checkpoint at the tea house. Load up their mules and make up ground on the lead teams. Teams will load their farmer's plow into the back of their Ford Explorers and drive to the next checkpoint at the farming terraces. Teams must now assemble their farming plow and plow across their field the local way until they dig up the canister that contains instructions to the finish. Middle teams arrive at the tea house, load up their plows, and try to gain some ground. Middle teams arrive at the challenge. The Cops.
Let's put the plow together. What was that? Walk that way.
Cops. Got it.
The Cops and the fishermen cross the finish line.
This is an experience that we're never, ever going to get again.
Welcome to Tulkeen Village and the fifth stage of the expedition. Your first checkpoint can be found southwest of this village at an artist's tent. Find the artist and you'll find your map. Fishermen, California girls, Fab 3, Cops, Country Boys. Your expedition continues now.
Hi, AJ, nice work.
AJ's been sick and lagging the past few days, and I've definitely been the leader, but it's hard because...
Teams will now partake in one of Morocco's oldest art forms, the art of henna. Using traditional henna techniques, teams must duplicate their entire map to their next checkpoint on a body part of a teammate.
Morocco is famous for henna tattoos.
Just write 300 YDS.
Having tattooed their map onto their bodies, teams must navigate 6 miles towards the Atlas Mountains to the mouth of the Petrified Canyon, where they will face a daunting 200-foot wet rappel.
Jim, Deanie, go.
The middle teams, the fishermen, the Cops...
I'm sporting a really sweet tattoo now. It's probably going to stay on there for about 3 months.
And Fab 3 jockey for position.
All right.
Having reached the bottom, teams must now follow the hazardous Petrified Canyon Pass to find their next checkpoint. Meanwhile, the Cops surge past the New York firemen and No Limit.
Up we go. Up.
Teams must now comb the riverbed amongst a sea of rocks to find one of the rarest fossils in Morocco, a fish fossil. Once they've found a fossil, teams must carry it half a mile to a local market where they will trade it in for a fish dinner.
Ain't coming. Oh, boy, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Go. Just go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Jeez. Nice. Right on that gypsy tail. Football gone?
Yep. The football players were right in front of us, and I felt like they were within our grasp. The whole difficult part about this challenge is that it's an equalizer. Every team could pass you.
Fire's here.
I hate these challenges. We hustle to get here and always lose it in the challenge.
Yeah.
That's good, Danny. Bring it up. Let's go.
Hey,
One catch.
Having earned their dinner, teams will now trek a half mile upstream to the overnight camp. The Cops. Whew. You're there. Nice job. How are you?
Best finish yet.
Today is an elimination day. The last team to cross the finish will be going home, and their expedition will be over. Today, you'll need a set of instructions to continue your expedition, but I'm not going to hand it to you. It's locked in a box behind me. The box is secured with a traditional Moroccan puzzle lock. Figure out how to solve the puzzle to unlock the box and retrieve your instructions. Cops, Fab 3, football players, your expedition continues now.
If this was real police work, there'd be no finessing locks. We'd kick the door in. Good job, Danny. You got the pole?
Standing between teams and the finish line is a single checkpoint located 5 grueling miles to the southeast. Teams must make their own way over the menacing mountainous terrain to the top of the Imantela Canyon, where they'll find their checkpoint.
Up is locked. Use your fingers to get the key out of the top.
In order to rappel, teams will need to unlock their rope. Using their fingers, teams must work together to extract a key from a Moroccan mountain register. Once they have their key, they must unlock their rope bag and rappel to the bottom. From there, the teams must follow the riverbed 2 miles as they sprint their way to the finish line.
We're good. Hold on, we're tight. Got it?
Yeah. Ooh, nailed it, baby.
Go.
We see football players be cops and no limits all pass us.
We're getting past.
Still on the course, middle teams give it all they've got.
Come on, man. We've never beaten football. They're right there. And I say we can beat them.
You're fourth. The football players are followed closely by the cops.
See Dave, take care. All right.
Bye, guys.
All right, boys. See you in New York.
I think all the teams at this point are pretty smart and pretty physical. So I really think it comes down to some teams getting lucky breaks.
Okay, guys. To the line, please.
Welcome to Azoud and the 6th stage of the expedition. This is a single-day stage. Today is an elimination day. You will use a hand line to cross the Abid River. Then you will travel 1/2 mile on foot to the town of Cascade Azoud, where you will search for a local rug stall and your first checkpoint. Gypsies, football players, cops, your expedition continues now.
It didn't matter how bad it was, I was going to push it.
Teams must search through the rug stall to find a carpet containing 5 large noticeable holes. Once they have their carpet, they must place it on the correct local street sign to reveal the location of their next checkpoint.
Stall.
You find one of the 8 rugs contain 5 large little holes.
They look the same. They get some orange in it.
Check this one.
Flip it.
Flip it the same way each time so you remember.
Our teamwork was right on for that whole challenge. All working hard, all working together, flipping the rugs the right way. It was right on.
Go to the waterfall.
Having solved the rug challenge, teams must now trek 2 miles to the base of the Azoud Falls, where they will find their next checkpoint.
To catch up to us.
Okay, police are right behind us now.
Let's go.
Let's go, 5-0.
Let's go, Post. Move out the way.
The lead teams, football players, No Limits, cops, and the Gypsies are well on their way to the next checkpoint. However, The rugged terrain proves difficult for No Limits and the cops, allowing the Gypsies to move into second place.
All right, let's go.
Having reached the waterfall, the teams have a choice between jumping from a 40-foot cliff or rappelling down the adjacent rocks. The jump is the faster route, but for those afraid of heights, it may not be an option. Once in the water, teams will have to follow the river downstream to find their next checkpoint.
This cliff into the water, wade across the river, and take the slow way down.
As No Limits sets out for the next checkpoint, the cops,
Whoa!
California girls, and country boys all take the plunge. Teams must now zip line over the dangerous rocks of the Abede River, where they will get their next set of instructions. Having now crossed the river on the zip line, teams must choose a set of locked paddles. In order to unlock the paddles, they will have to memorize the exact symbol on the lock. Then, swim to a nearby cave where teams will have to look for the matching symbol with the attached key to successfully unlock their paddles.
Swim upstream across the river. Only one of us needs to do it. Swim. Well, then do it. I volunteered to go. I'm probably the strongest swimmer. As police officers, we deal with unknown every day, and we're problem solvers. I'll read this. I was just trying to look for something, trying not to miss a clue. I looked at the symbol quick, took off. Come on, man, do it. Do it hard.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Oh, man. There were 4 choices to pick from, and then I realized I had made a tactical error and not studied that symbol enough.
They're similar, but different.
So I tried to recall as best I could, and I picked the one I thought was the best one. How'd you go, Rob? You got a key? Got it? Oh, that was sneaky. I thought I had the right one, and then when it didn't fit, we had to go back. You don't pay attention, you don't follow the clues, you're gonna end up going home.
After the cops pick the wrong key, they're forced to go back and choose again, allowing the middle of the pack teams, No Limits, Country Boys, and California Girls to pass the cops on the river.
Good job, B.
I'm going. Hopefully one other team does the same thing we do, and I'm just hoping this doesn't put us behind the 8 ball.
Rob comes back with the Scorpion with the wrong facing tail. You know, in hindsight, it looks kind of obvious.
Tail goes to the left.
We're supposed to realize, you know, exactly what we're looking for. What are you, an idiot?
The back of the pack continues to struggle on the water. Only 3 teams remain on the course. The cops,
Ugh, it smells like goat.
California Girls,
That means we gotta hurry.
and the fishermen. Come on, guys, let's go. After spotting the location of the finish line, teams must go back down the mountain, paddle another mile, and then climb 300 Welcome to the Golden Kasbah of Benny Malau and the 7th stage of the expedition. There are 7 teams left, and this is a one-day stage. Today is Elimination Day. The last team to cross the finish line will be eliminated, their expedition will be over, and they'll be going home. Clear? To get started, you'll head to the overlook behind the Kasbah, where you'll open your map. Your map has 6 symbols on it, but only one of these 6 symbols can be spotted from the vista. Use your binoculars and search until you find that one symbol. Once you find the symbol, get to your Ford Explorers and head to the correct destination. Country boys, cops, California girls, please step to the line.
You know, at the starting line, I usually feel fine if it's a race, but going into a challenge, I'm always nervous.
Your expedition continues now.
We historically have not done great on our challenges, so I was a little concerned about that.
A factory, a bus station, a souk.
How are you going to spot a factory?
With your binoculars?
It's too generic. Guys, come over here.
Train there?
Yeah.
They were looking off in that direction when they took off.
Good.
I was concerned about coming in last today, you know. In the past couple of stages, we've been just hanging on.
All right, let's go.
We can't screw up today. We got to nail these challenges. We can't screw up.
Right here. Let's go.
That tree right there? Look at that tree right there.
To the silk, please.
Are we the last ones here?
Yep.
How does a tree look? A tree looks like a tree.
It looks like that tree. They drew that tree.
I don't buy that.
Not an exact symbol, though.
It's either the tree or the airport.
What do you think, Dan?
No, the souk.
The orange grows right down there.
That symbol, the souk, is right on those ruins right there.
It is?
Right in the middle of the ruins, yes.
Is it really?
I swear to God.
I did see that symbol, too.
You
Yeah,
saw
no, let's
it?
do that.
It's right in the middle.
It was clear as day.
You guys are killing me.
And then Rob says, oh yeah, I saw that symbol a long time ago. I didn't think it was anything.
Sook?
We can't afford to do that.
From here, the teams must navigate their explorers to the souk, where they will search through the busy marketplace for their next checkpoint. With the gypsies already on their way, the cops have yet to arrive at the souk.
I saw this. I did see a factory.
I kept saying
I'm
exact
thinking
symbol.
that this is a sign.
Let's move
This
on,
could
you
be a
guys.
sign.
Focus on the next thing we're going to do.
From the souk, teams must return to their explorers and head to the airport, where they will find their next checkpoint. Teams must choose one teammate to skydive, jumping in the order that they turn in their ticket. Once the selected team member has jumped, they must spot the symbol representing their next checkpoint. That symbol will correspond to a location on their map.
I'll do it. You want me to take it?
Your eyesight?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Who's got the best eyesight?
Me?
He's Hawkeye, remember?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, but
I was so envious. I've always wanted to jump from an airplane, but Jim spoke up first, and I was feeling pretty bad about blowing the last challenge. I missed the symbol.
see it?
I saw that symbol, but I didn't notice it on the map. So I didn't want to blow another challenge.
Medical looked at my ankle. I thought, I can't let my team down now. We've gone too far.
you guys race like champs. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it.
Y'all still faster than us with it. What you mad at, man? Y'all still faster.
I just don't want to let my team down.
2, 3.
While Ike is moved into the hangar to rest his ankle.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Back on the ground, Ricky of the football players, Jim of the cops, and Jason of the country boys board Flight 3.
Holy cow. I sure hope he finds it. Fingers crossed.
Yes! That was amazing.
Jim, get out that harness off. We gotta go.
From here, teams will have to swim across a cold, rushing river, then trek 1 mile to their next checkpoint at the wooden sign. Teams must decode an activity sign in order to find the location of the finish line. They can choose to stay and solve the code, or they can choose to trek 2 miles round trip over steep terrain to a clue that will help them decipher the code. While Fab 3 runs back from the clue, the rest of the teams have caught up and are arriving at the challenge.
The location of the finish line is hidden
in a code.
On the Wooden River activity sign.
Here's the sign. What's that mean? I got it.
Whoa, we saw that. This is the Casbah.
At this point, it's just the cops and us, so it's a little nerve-wracking. It's only one team from last place, so we're doing the best we can to figure out where the location of the finish is.
Kayaking,
Kayak, archery.
swimming, boating.
The answer is Casbah. Casbah.
From here, teams must travel 3.7 miles by following a trail and then climbing up difficult mountainous terrain to the finish line.
Go. Run.
When we left the wooden sign, the football and the country boys were right behind us.
Come on.
And we knew that we were second to last, so we had to hustle the rest of the way up so we wouldn't be last.
Back on the course,
I see football. Oh, hi.
teams tackle the grueling climb to the finish. Cops, you're in 5th place.
Fifth.
I'm not ready to go home yet, Dave.
All right, well, you don't have to. Camp's that way. Come on, get a rest.
Thanks, buddy. This expedition is anybody's game at this point, you know. You can be leading the pack, you make one mistake, you're in the back of the pack. But in the end, our teamwork pays off, and we're still here.
Country boys,
Gentlemen.
Nice job.
first, head to the ancient Casbah, grab a rope, and rappel down the Casbah. Then, hike to your next checkpoint at the base of Lake Benawedan. Football players, cops, Fab 3, your expedition continues now. Fab 3 and the cops quickly make their way down the rappel. Teams must now inflate 2 kayaks and paddle across the lake to Prison Island, where they'll find their next set of instructions.
Yeah, go. You just paddle, I'll steer. There we go.
Teams must now work together to transform their 2 kayaks into 1 catamaran and sail on to the next checkpoint at Saddle Island, where they'll spend the night. As the gypsies begin to assemble their catamaran, the cops,
trying to make the sailboat, are you?
Fab 3, and No Limits arrive on Prison Island and get to work.
All right, get ready to get out. Another 3 strokes. Follow my lead. I'm following you. Let's put the bags on first, Jim. We'll work as a team. Clip the boom to the top of the mast. What should I do with this?
While the gypsies are first to set sail, the rest of the teams finish building their boats and head out.
Hold on, 1, 2, 3.
The only team that's staying with us are the cops, and they're kind of neck and neck.
Keep paddling, Danny, if you can. Whatever you can give me is good. Jim, keep trying to experiment for the win. Try to catch something. Every little bit helps.
We've lost the wind.
Look how they cruising.
We're getting close to the overnight camp, and then all of a sudden, No Limits and the cops literally blew right past us.
Oh my God, the cops are gonna get first place.
Wind's dying. Keep trying.
Just paddle.
Keep paddling, Danny.
I am. So we're looking at No Limits. No Limits is looking at us. We're starting to paddle faster as we come in. We're all getting excited. We start yelling like, paddle, paddle, paddle.
Derek, start paddling.
No, paddle.
Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. I see lots of flags.
We realized when we started getting close to the bank, this is going to be a foot race. Eric, get ready to jump off on your right. Get ready, jump. Go, go, go. Go, Danny. Go, Danny. Go, Danny.
You gotta cross with your team.
Just go, leave the gear, go.
Okay, here we go.
No Limits. You are the first team to check into the overnight camp.
Yeah.
Not to be outdone. Cops, you're
You're the second team to check into the overnight camp.
This is our first #1, so we're really excited.
We are so happy to hand you guys third place.
Yeah! Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. No Limits have kind of been our boys since day one, and if anyone's going to overtake us, we'd hope it was the No Limits.
Today is an elimination day. The last team to cross the finish line will be eliminated. Their expedition will be over. They'll be going home. To get started, travel north over the island and swim across to the mainland. Then hike overland until you reach your next checkpoint at the farm ruins. Cops, gypsies, your expedition continues now.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Final instructions to the finish are buried somewhere on this field.
Back at the challenge, Fab 3 and the Cops answer their final question, dig up their instructions,
follow a compass bearing of 16 degrees for approximately 600 yards until you see the finish.
and head out towards the finish line.
Right on that corner where the tree is. We're heading straight to the tree.
Here we go, Robbie. Ready?
Okay, let's go.
Let's go, Danny. Get in front. Get in front, Danny.
Way to go, Cops.
Perfect.
Cops, you're in 4th place.
You know, maybe at the beginning, some people probably thought, you know, a team of cops, they can't keep up with, you know, the real athletes. I'm really proud of my team.
Unbelievable.
Nice job, Eric.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up, man. Hey, you guys, seriously, you guys just inspired the entire country. Seriously. That was a hell of a job.
Bye.
The Cops proved to be contenders.
Keep paddling, Danny.
Oh my God, the Cops are going to get first place.
There's 5 teams left, and it seems like football and Fab 3 are kind of developing a bond, and No Limits and the Gypsies are developing a bond. The Cops are kind of hopping back and forth between camps.
Welcome to the Tilhuit Village and the 9th stage of the expedition. Today is an elimination day. Of the 5 teams standing here, only 4 will make it to the 10th and final stage of the expedition. Everybody clear?
Yep.
Great. To get started, make your own way through the village to the river's edge. Choose a guide and a raft to carry you down the dangerous whitewater of the Ahanzol River to your first checkpoint at the Mule Bridge. Football players, Fab 3, Cops, No Limits. Your expedition continues now.
Waking up this morning, I wasn't feeling so hot, but there's only 2 girls left, Danny and I.
Danny, come on. Dig deep, dig deep. It seems like the competition's getting tougher, and today's an elimination day, which is always a big day, extra pressure. We need to represent police officers all over the country, and I know we're not going to let them down. I think we're sticking with it, and we're going to make it to the finals.
Go, come on. Pick up the boat.
Let's roll, boys.
Right behind you,
Oh, boy. It's not going to be a good day for the football players.
Going down the river, you know, Cops wasn't too far in front of us. We passed them, and then we...
Nice work.
The Cops team is still alive. I had confidence, but I didn't think we could make it this far, and it just shows we are strong and we can win this.
We were coming down the rapids. I'm not quite sure what happened, but we got washed up onto this rock. And immediately the entire boat just filled with water. And, you know, we tried to bounce, we tried to rock. The guide got out and tried to push. Problem is that while we were doing all of this, football players passed us.
Nice work, guys.
They were gone. and we lost a lot of time on that.
How the hell did this happen? 1, 2, 3, oh!
Finally, the boat came up. Just popped right up. It was amazing. And boom, we were down the river again.
Trouble with the raft has put the cops 20 minutes behind the rest of the pack. A helicopter has dropped off boxes containing provisions and instructions to the team's next checkpoint. However, the box is locked with a word lock. In order to retrieve their instructions and supplies, team
That's a shoreline. Jump out, Jim. Pull us in. Oh, this is nasty. I do not like this.
My teammates have been amazingly supportive through this ordeal with my injury.
Teams must now trek up and over the sheer canyon wall to the lakeshore, where they'll pick up a traditional Moroccan tin boat and paddle 1.2 miles across the open water to their next checkpoint at Rocky Beach.
What? Strap my PFD on. Come in front of you.
Fab 3 just pulled ahead of us. They're faster than us on the land. So they're in second place. We're in third. And No Limits is behind us.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I'm really hoping I can keep this lead. Football players, when we were climbing the mountain, had just landed their boat. So my guess is they're just at the top of the hill now.
So is life jacket.
Is that somebody from Fab 3?
We get to the middle of our hike and we see a PFD at the top of the hill, and I'm the last one and I know we're the last team, so I picked it up.
I see Rob from the cops. He's coming right next to me. And we're both heading up into the same little nook. And I see him reach out, and he grabs this piece of pottery.
Danny! Jim, I got it!
And doesn't even look inside it. He just picked it up and grabbed it.
Let me see.
Just trust me that I got it.
How do you get out of here, though? Should we not have to go back the way we came?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You want me to talk to me that?
The minute we got the vase, it's hectic, there's anxiety. Guys, I got it. We're looking at it. We grabbed that vase and ran.
We need to put this in a bag.
And we didn't realize that we were supposed to pull out some instructions inside that vase that would have given us directions to the finish.
You see footballers?
Yeah, they're right in front of us.
Stay with them. Here we go. Come on, final stretch. Run. Low.
At this point, the football players and the cops were, 10, 15 minutes ahead of us.
You guys have instructions that I can plug in?
We have nothing.
Nothing, huh? Did it say go to something? Maybe the football players have something in on it that we don't.
We lost our instructions, and
I don't have the next point where we're supposed to go. So we saw football ahead, so we just head in that direction.
I'm not sure what our finish point is. So at this point, I'm going to take my clues off another team. Hope they know what they're doing.
The cops are right on our tail, and that kind of lit another fire under us. And
Guys, catch up to me quickly. Let's go.
what do you see, Rob?
I lost the football player, so I don't know where they are.
We're right behind football, and we tried to keep track of them, but they just moved so fast on land. So we lost sight of them.
I'm thinking let's just go up. Let's go up here. Come on.
As the cops blindly search for the finish line.
yeah, finals, we want to see No Limits. Cops would be fun.
The cops continue to struggle without a map.
We have no directions, do we?
Just keep going. You'll see something. Where are we going?
I have no idea. That's my point.
We had no GPS coordinates to plug in. We're just running around like chickens with our head cut off.
I don't get it, guys. We missed something along the way.
We lost.
We lost.
It does seem like we're pretty lost at this point. We're just guessing, where we should go. Here we go. Come on, final stretch. Come on, hurry up. Come on, guys.
And I look up and I see the cops, and I'm a little confused because they were, 10 minutes in front of us.
Now what's really going on?
All right. Where's No Limits? Stay with them.
Right here, right here.
Right here, go.
Right here.
I see him.
Stay with them. Come on. We find No Limits, and they're heading for the finish line. So we head off in that direction.
Take a right, quickly.
Come on, come on, come on.
Go. Right.
Take a right, quickly.
Come on, Ike.
Here we go. Come on, final stretch.
I'm thinking through my mind. Okay, we got a chance here, guys. Let's do this. So it was a race to the finish.
Go, Danny. High as you can.
Come with me, Ike.
Coming.
On a sheer sprint, the three of them are going to take us for sure.
Stay with them. Stay with them.
Go. Hustle down. Come on.
Nice job, cops.
Yeah, we tried.
Nice
we lost
job.
our instructions.
Hey, good job, cops. Come on.
Nice job. Cops. Unfortunately, that means you are the 5th team to cross the finish line. Your expedition is over, and you're going home.
It was really tough going out on technical mistake that we made. When you're up against teams this good, you can't make mistakes like that.
You made it very far. It must be stinging right now. But looking back, I hope you guys are really proud of yourselves, because I'm really proud of you guys. You did a great job.
I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of my team.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
To be so close to the finals, we're like the team that almost made it. That's the way I see it.
Nice work. Congratulations.
Good job, guys.
Keep making Concord, Mass. a better place.
This expedition, it's been the most challenging, physically toughest, and mentally tough thing that I've had to endure for this long a time. And I'm glad that I've had these two to share it with, because we pulled each other through at times when we needed it. I didn't expect to make it this long. There was some serious competition in this expedition. I knew we weren't the most physically fit and fastest teams out there, but we rolled up our sleeves, we dug in, and we just worked hard. And I think we did well.